Now, from Wish TV, this is The Zone Extra, presented by Old National Bank. Coming up tonight, it's another fantastic week of high school sports across the state. In the Coach's Corner, we're joined by the leader of a girls lacrosse program looking to defend its state championship. Plus, our athlete of the week opened the season by throwing a no-hitter for Plainfield.
I got that third out, and it's pretty awesome. Couldn't have done it without the team.
We're serving up a new Zone Extra right now.
Hi, everybody. Good evening to you, and welcome to the Zone Extra. I'm Anthony Calhoun. What a great week of action across all the different spring sports here in Indiana. In the Coach's Corner, his team is the defending 2A state champion in girls lacrosse and off to a great start once again this season. Carmel coach Josh Miller is here for a great conversation. Looking forward to that. Plus, our athlete of the week threw a no-hitter in his first start of the season for Plainfield. We introduce you to the Quakers junior Gavin Lykins. And in the on-campus segment tonight, we look at all the former Indiana Hoosiers and Purdue Boilermakers getting set to take part in the NBA playoffs. Now, let's take a look at this week in high school sports. Saturday at Noblesville, it was the Millers hosting Carroll out of Fort Wayne, and tied at 1 in the bottom of the second. Chris Mars right here with a shutout to right field. Chargers, they can't make the catch. 1 run scores, and the throw gets away. Another Miller comes home. Noblesville had the lead there 3-1. Move ahead to the 6th now. Martz in the plate again. This time, singles past the shortstop. That brings home 2 more runs. A 3 RBI day for the junior, and Noblesville wins it 7-5. Here's the final. Meanwhile, last week it was the Johnson County Baseball Tournament. And congratulations to Center Grove. The Trojans defeated Franklin in the semifinals Saturday morning before dominating Greenwood Christian later that afternoon, the championship game. Entering this week, Center Grove has outscored his opponents by a combined score. Look at this, a 97-15, man. All right, here's a look at this week's Class 4A baseball coaches poll. Number 1, yep, Trojans Center Grove, they're number 1. Number 2, we got Lake Central there. Fishers, the Tigers, they're number 3. And Penn 4, and then you got Crown Point right there. They round out the top 5 there in the 4A baseball coaches poll. All right, moving to softball now, where it's a busy time on the diamond, and it's hard to believe, but we are less than a month away from the sectional draw, which will take place May the 4th. Monday night at Center Grove, it was the Trojans hosting Martinsville. Tied at 1 in the second inning here. You got Maddie Tharp here, singles to left center. That brings home Kirsten Harden, and Center Grove takes the lead there. And inning later, 2 on for Taylor Barrett, and who lifts one into right center for a single. Both runs score there. Center Grove goes on and wins this one 14-4, improves to 5-2 on the season. All right, so here's a look at this week's Class of 4A coaches poll here in softball. Lake Central, number 1. HSC, number 2. Got Center Grove, they're 3. Zionsville, 4. And then you got Penn rounding out that top 5 there in the softball coaches poll. All right, moving to boys volleyball tonight, where it has been fun season so far as the sport makes its debut as a full IHSAA offering. And after 2 years as an emerging sport, the sport will have a full IHSAA state tournament starting, next month, including a championship match on May the 31st. Currently, there are over 130 teams scheduled to play in the postseason. And as the sport continues to grow, the players and coaches, they agree that this is a great thing that has been a long time coming.
It is so nice to see just get it, because when I was younger, it had to be the coaches going out and, in the cafeteria asking kids, do you want to play volleyball? I know you don't really know this sport, but, just boys want to play now. So that is a huge, huge step up.
It's cool to see where we went from just 15, 20 teams having a team to now that we got over 100. Just to see the growth of the boys game has been incredible. Now you can have a IHSA bragging rights. That's just a whole new level. So we're really excited to see what the competition comes this year.
Oh, it's going to be a lot of fun this year. Okay, on the court, how about, speaking of volleyball, last Friday was Brownsburg hosting Heron. Set point here for the Dogs in the first. It's a Michael Finnell here setting up senior Owen Ellis for the kill. Brownsburg takes the first set 25-19. A tight second set, folks, and it's the same combination here. You see Ellis, who comes here with the blocker as the Dogs win the set 26-24. Ellis with 18 kills in the match. Brownsburg serving for the match here in the third. Lucas Weaver with the ace to end it, and the Dogs win it in straight sets. They get it done there. They get the win there for Brownsburg. Meanwhile, with boys volleyball now a full IHSA offering, girls lacrosse could be the next sport to do the same. The IHSA has approved girls lacrosse as an emerging sport beginning next season. That's good news there. Tuesday night, it was a good one as number 4 Zionsville hosted number 5 Cathedral. First quarter, check out here Alexis DeHart. The nice move, and her low shot finds the back of the net. Eagles up 7-0. In the second, after an Irish goal, Zionsville's immediately responds to. Check out DeHart again, doing it all by herself. She shoots it coming up here. She is going to score, yes. Zionsville, they get it done. 15-6, that is the final from that one. Then in basketball tonight, though, we're going to talk some hoops. The 4 finalists were announced this week for the 2025 Mr. Basketball Award with 3 players from right here in Central Indiana. Congrats to Greenfield Central's Braylon Mullins, the UConn commit and Gatorade Player of the Year, led the state in scoring at 33 points per game. Christmas Addicts senior Desmond Briscoe also makes the list after helping the Tigers to the Class 3A title game. And 2-time Marion County Player of the Year, Xavier Robinson, is also a finalist. Robinson set the Lawrence North all-time scoring record and averaged 18 points a game this year. Trey Singleton of Jeffersonville is your other finalist after averaging 18 points per game and leading the Red Devils to the Class 4A state championship. The winner will be announced coming up later this month on April the 27th, that is. Good luck to all those players there. All right, time for a break, folks. We have much more coming your way here tonight on the Zone Extra. Glad you're hanging out with us. Up next is the Coach's Corner. His Greyhounds, are the defending state champion and currently ranked 2nd in the state. Carmel girls lacrosse coach Josh Miller. He's in the house tonight. Looking forward to talking to Coach. And still ahead of last week, he threw a no-hitter. That's right, his first start of the season. We're going to issue to our Athlete of the Week from Plainfield High School. Come on back.
This is the Zone Extra, presented by Old National Bank. This is the Zone Extra Coach's Corner.
Okay, folks, welcome back to the Zone Extra. Anthony Calhoun here with you tonight. Time now for the Coach's Corner. Last season, his Greyhounds won the Class 2A state championship and are off to another great start once again this year in 2025. Please welcome to the Zone Extra show tonight, Carmel girls lacrosse head coach Josh Miller. Coach Miller, thank you so much for joining us here tonight. Glad to have you here with us. And there's always pressure in Carmel because it seems like every sport you're always successful. But here you are doing a wonderful job with the lacrosse team. Give me your thoughts. First things first, and just how things are going with the team right now.
Oh, excellent. I mean, we have a senior heavy group this year. It's fun to see watch them mature and as they're going on to play in college and moving them on through the program, it's been awesome. It's a really good group of kids, and we really enjoy every moment we get out there on the practice field, especially in the nice days.
Yeah, what has worked for you guys this year early in the season?
A lot of talent on the team. I mean, really a lot of talent, a lot of speed, and a lot of experience. A lot of them have been on varsity for 3-4 years, so that's helped a ton. Yeah,
we had a chance to spend some time with yourself and the girls at practice here. When you look at this team, you talk about the experience. What else stands out about these ladies here?
They work so hard. I mean, it's unbelievable. You tell them to go do something and they go do it, right? I mean, they're determined, they're athletic, they love the game too. You can see it when they're playing. Practice for most of them, I think, is probably the best 90 minutes of their day. They really enjoy competing and getting after it. It's a lot of fun to watch them, and they always have a good sense of humor too when they're playing.
Yeah, ranked 2nd in the state, 6-2 overall. You can talk to any coach. You don't want your team to get too high, you don't get them too low as well. But what are some areas you think they can improve improve on as they continue to work this season?
Yeah, excellent question. I think there's always quite a bit, right? As a coach, you always find that you tend to be a little bit nitpicky.
Yeah.
I think we've made some, just mental errors down the stretch a little bit that we'll clean up. Have a ton of faith in what they're doing and their skill level, that they'll be able to overcome it. They've been through a lot. Resiliency is a big thing. I think they've done a really good job at that. I think, again, as we shore up our defense a little bit and we take care of some of the just few lapses here and there, I think there's going to be a really good team and a really tough team to beat.
Yeah, and as you look at your team, what is the one thing that stood out to you that you said to yourself, like, okay, I think we may be okay this year?
When you see what you saw coming back from last year, right? I think you watched last year's final unfold, and that just the resiliency. We were down pretty big in that game and came back to win it in really dramatic fashion. And when you look around and you thought we only graduated 3, you thought you're in pretty good shape, right?
You're okay. Yeah, no problem there. Year 7 for you with the Greyhounds. What do you enjoy most about spending time there with the ladies there?
Yeah, the kids, right? I mean, it's all the kids. We have a great coaching staff that make it a lot of fun. It's been a veteran coaching staff. They've been with us for quite a while. We brought back for the first time alumni that played for us, so that's always fun to see them come back to the school and get a job and then come out and coach for us as well. But just the intensity that they play, but the fun that they have when they're doing it makes it a lot of fun.
Where do you think you have grown the most as a coach, would you say?
Oh, that's a good question. I think, hopefully you think patience, right? You always want to think patience. You always want to think patience.
Right. Yeah.
You always want to think that, you've been patient. And I think, the coaching staff and myself included I think we get bogged down in the details from game to game, but we've done a pretty good job of taking, a more macro approach to looking at the season overall.
I love it. All right, so Coach, we got a little surprise for you.
Okay.
We talked to some of your players at practice, and here's what they had to say about their coach.
Coach Miller is a great coach to laugh with, and he can take jokes, and also but he also can get serious whenever. And he's just a good coach to be around. He's friendly.
I think that's something so special about Coach Miller is that he really makes it so much fun. I enjoy coming to practice every day. It's such an amazing environment to be a part of because I know we're going to grow and work hard, but have a great time doing it.
I think just playing for someone like Coach Miller, it's just having somebody so motivating. When you come off and you have a bad play, when you come off during games, during practice, he's always motivating you. He's always picking you up. He's not pushing you down to the ground. He's just a very uplifting coach, and he's always making us feel better about ourselves, especially when we've made some mistakes.
That's some good stuff there. I know that it's got to make you feel good.
It does feel, that's nice. That was nice.
Yeah, and I assume it's a joy to get a chance not only to teach them about lacrosse, but also prepare these young ladies for college, and then of course the real world as well, right?
Right, it is. And then when you hear them and you get some emails periodically, or you text message or something from years after the college, they find their old number somewhere, and give you and shoot you a text. It's always the most fun. And when they come back to practice, we have a ball. It's great.
That's good stuff. Hey, let's take a look at your upcoming schedule here because it's not easy at all, but it's going to prepare you all as you get ready to try to make another run for state. Take us through this real quick and, give me your thoughts on just the challenge ahead here for your ladies.
Sure, ton of speed in the next few games. Zionsville's it's going to be a great game. Alexa DeHart, you mentioned in your preview, is an incredible player. She'll be tough to, hopefully we can hold her to a few, but take care of that. Olentangy Liberty from Ohio is the defending state champs in Ohio. Talented team, ton of talent going to play on at college. I think they've lost 1 so far, so that's going to be a challenge. Rebuff is always a fun game. I've known Coach Nick there for several years, and that's always a fun game and a good rivalry in Noblesville. Again, another really good team and fun to play. And Penn as well. We'll go up to Culver and play Penn. Yeah. Always a good time. I know each of these coaches, and I always enjoy going to see them and getting a good game.
All right. Well, listen, thank you so much for coming in.
Yeah,
appreciate it.
Thank you.
I love what you're doing at Carmel. It seems like these young ladies, they totally respect you, and you guys are getting it done on the field as well. So
thank you.
All right. We appreciate it. We're going to take a timeout. So to come here, folks, on the Zone Extra is our athlete of the week. He threw a no-hitter. How about that, Coach? For Plainfield baseball in his first start of the season. Coming up, we're going to meet the Plainfield junior, Gavin Lykins. That's on the way. Plus, in our campus segment tonight, on campus that is, we take a look at all the former IU Hoosiers and Purdue Boilermakers taking part in the season's NBA playoffs. That's on the way.
This is the Zone Extra, presented by Old National Bank.
All right, welcome back to the Zone Extra. Anthony Calhoun here tonight with you. Last week it was a special day on the mound for a Plainfield junior as his incredible performance led his team to a conference victory. Gavin Lykins threw a no-hitter, folks, in a 6-0 win over Franklin and was 1 out away from pitching a perfect game. Lykins says he's worked hard in the offseason to improve his velocity, and his fastball now reaches into the 90s, which also improves the rest of his pitches. Gavin adds that as a junior, he's much more confident in himself. As for his no-hitter, he says it was a team effort.
Pitching like a normal outing like I normally would, and it gets to the 6th, 7th inning, I was like, realized I had a perfect game going, and I walked the last guy, ruined the perfect game, but it's okay, it happens. But I got that third out, and it's pretty awesome. Couldn't have done it without the team.
His presence and his confidence on the mound has been amazing this year. We've thrown him in the mix since he was a freshman, so I think that's helped him get to where he's at now, and I've just seen tremendous improvements since the start of this year. He's worked really hard in the offseason.
I got better a lot with locating my pitches. Also gained a decent amount of velo over the last 2 years, which has helped. But yeah, really locating and getting movement on my pitches, and honestly just having confidence.
He was voted one of our captains by the players, so his leadership's been huge. He continues to work on his own outside of our practices, so that's what's got him here to this point. He's a kid I can rely on, a kid he holds himself accountable. He's just a great kid, good student, a great kid in the community.
I definitely think I play a role as a leader here. I can be vocal, but also could be just them watching me play and learning things, and if they ask questions, I'll help them. I'm there for everyone on the team.
Oh, that is good stuff there. Congratulations to Gavin. Hey, folks, don't forget, Wish TV, we have a brand new sports app. I'm telling you, you need this app. You need this here. Scan the QR code on the screen and make sure you download the completely free All Indiana Sports app. It's right there for you. Download it today. Okay, time for a break. We still got more coming your way tonight on the Zone Extra, including the latest installment of Ask the Commissioner with Paul Neidig of the IHSAA. That's on the way.
This is the Zone Extra, presented by Old National Bank.
Okay, welcome back to the Zone Extra. Anthony Calhoun here with you tonight. Now it's time for our on-campus segment. As the NBA playoffs tip off this weekend, we take a look at several of the former college players from here in Indiana taking part in the postseason. IU basketball is represented by 4 players this season. Rookie Khalil Ware, that is part of the Miami Heat in the Western Conference. Former Hoosier and Center Grove starter, that is, Trace Jackson Davis is playing with the Warriors, and OG Anunoby is a key piece for a New York Knicks team with high postseason expectations as well. And of course, right here in Indiana, former Hoosier Thomas Bryant comes off the bench here for the Pacers as they gear up for Game 1 against the Bucks coming up on Saturday afternoon. And a pair of former Purdue Boilermakers are on the roster of NBA playoff teams as well. 2-time National Player of the Year. Oh, yeah, Zach Edey makes the postseason in his rookie year as a member of the Memphis Grizzlies. And in the East, you got Jaden Ivey. He's a part of the Detroit Pistons. Ivey has been out since January with a leg injury, but has been cleared to resume basketball activities. That is. It's going to be a lot of fun for the postseason in the NBA. Now it's time for Ask the Commissioner. Each week we take one of your questions to IHS Commissioner Paul Neidig and bring you his answer. Here's this week's questions, folks. So, how special is it watching the success of the Carmel swimming program over so many years and seeing how that success elevates the profile of the sport throughout the state?
Well, first of all, Carmel's had an incredible run with swimming, 39 state champions. That's a national record. And even furthermore, we have student athletes from across the state that are doing incredible things, even on the national stage. This is the first time that we've had an Olympian who won a medal come back and participate in our state swimming meet. And that's just an example. We have a national record holder that participated recently, and what Carmel's done is magical, and chances are it'll never be repeated. But I'm so proud of all the schools in the state of Indiana and the quality of swimming that we have, and Indiana is emerged as a national player in girls and boys swimming.
Oh, he's right about that. It has been amazing to see. Folks, thank you so much for watching the Zone Extra. Of course, we're back here next week. Of course, at new time, 6:30, right here on Wish TV. We'll see you back here next week. Bye.